listen, Red, tell me what happened last time.
I want to start this off by saying I apologize now in advance, Jill, just in case whatever happens, happens.
Let me cut that out of the recording. Go ahead.
Restart the recording.
Oh no, Grant, let me at least apologize in advance.
Listen, what a weak move. No, never apologize. Always double down.
We start off with basically Milena, a dedicated and loving member of the community, especially Luciana's aunt, basically, as she wakes up in the morning to, well, prepare for the day, having her daughter and her do the chores and tending to the gardens and such. And then, of course, she took a look at her phone, realizing that, well, someone's been trying to reach out to her, as well as the fact she also got a visitor, I believe. Oh, no, I apologize. I got my time mixed up. She started off with, well, taking a walk and having a visitor. One of the elders coming by to her house to have a conversation, Tatiana, needing some help with her own travels. They walked and discussed Coven's latest thorn in their side, the new deacon. Bit of a concern from the Coven, especially since he replaced the old priests who work really well what the Coven needed him to do. Basically, especially since she did a spell to make sure that the Coven's secrets or such are still in place and they are protected. There was worry that this deacon will unravel all that. And of course, in seeing this problem, their solutions are not necessarily limited, but they have a tried and true method. Boris's situation with her, with our other Coven, which is ideal, but she was hoping to avoid such a complicated mess as a whole. That the situation between Nadia and Boris, while easy to maintain, has a problem with it that she doesn't wish to see again. And if things can work out, maybe we can find someone who would possibly be more towards their liking to make a more smoother transaction between that spell of love and, well, drugging and all that. And of course, Milena sees the wisdom of the Coven and also agrees with her and seems to be supporting her ideal of this as well. And whatever happens, as long as for the rest of the Coven, she's fine with it. And of course, after seeing Tatiana off, she made her way back home, but stopped as well with another visitor, a much more stranger and odd one, unknown man who didn't really necessarily introduce himself, but gave a cryptic warning about deals with devils, blood, death, and destruction, an omen, a warning, whatever you want to call it. It seems to be letting her know of some events that may be transpiring, and seems that maybe she can't do much about it, as after the conversation with this stranger, she blinked back into the world and saw that it was nighttime. Hours had passed, and rushing back to seeing the phone call that was trying to reach out and things that she had missed, she rushed to Luciana's house, realizing that was empty. She did write a note as well and checked her phone and ran off home, as her daughter also had been reaching out too. I was in the middle of the spell when she burst into the house. Araya had been very worried about her mother, as she had not come home at her usual time. She asked her, "Hey, what happened? What's going on? How much time has gone by?" And well, her daughter told her no one knows about Luciana, rumors and such, that the spell she's going to use could help, as they decided to use that to track her, and found out that she was at the church, odd, but not the end of the world, as they decided to make their way there. Araya, having heard about the rumors, suggests maybe we should hold off, maybe there's something else going on, but Milena was determined to ensure that her niece would be well, as they made their way in the morning to the church and knocked on the door to the house of the priest, Alexander, and came upon a sight that seems to be painting a very interesting picture, as he was freshly washed, a little disheveled, and a bit embarrassed, as he tried to stammer his way to explanation and pointing to a picture that him and Luciana had spent the night, and she was in his bed. As Milena, worried but a bit embarrassed and reassured, asked that she come say hello and said goodbye to him as she took her leave. Going back to the house of the priest, Luciana woke up hurt and probably with a pounding headache, and she woke up in an unknown place, an unknown home in bed, and started to make her way to figure out where the hell she was at, as she came upon Alexander in the kitchen, and, well, he told her the story about what happened, that the whole fights, the destruction of the church, the fact that it was rebuilt by this visiting spirit, and the fact that she knows and sees and she realized he doesn't cease, as there's a bit of wariness, confusion, and a little bit of anxiety, say, for Luciana. A bit of back and forth, especially more so when he explained that her aunt came by and he had to imply some things. She tried to keep herself not from panicking, as she didn't really explain anything to the deacon. Trying to be vague without giving away her common secrets makes things a little bit harder. And the fact that she decided, like, you know what, we're here, we're gonna roll with it. We can work this out. This can work out in our favor. As she decided to try to go with a new pivot plan. Like I said, Deacon Alexander, confused, but not really wanting to cause too many headaches, decided to help her out, as well as taking her to a home of a healer he knew, or someone who can heal her injuries. As he revealed a bit more of his past when they went to an empty house towards apparently a fae by the name of Lola, who seemed to have a relationship with him, or at least a history with him. A bit of teasing and back and forth as she healed Luciana and seemed to want to be friendly, if nothing else. As they made their leave, and he revealed more about his history, the fact that he was in training, realized that the priest that he was with apparently was boning a demon, and he apparently stumbled across that. And the fact that he could see was a shock to everyone, including him, and he didn't know what the hell was going on. And apparently he also killed that demon the priest was part of, which also made that so he didn't gain any friends. And not necessarily kicked out, but definitely was his punishment for being a bit too helpful, we'll say. And now he's here, and all the trouble that comes with this small village, as he's starting to realize there's a lot more going on. And Luciana revealed a bit more that her coven, I believe, she at least revealed there are people here who would not be happy with what he's doing. The fact that they will probably retaliate in some way, and that if she thinks that he's in danger, she'll warn him to get the fuck out of there. That's the point, but she believes she can fix this mess before it gets to that point. As they said goodbye, and Luciana had a plan. I believe first she reached out to Nadia, as Nadia wanted to know what was going on, and she was the last person she spoke to about what was happening with the spirit. And she made her way to talk with Lou privately, as that's what she asked. And her grandmother, though, her quick eye made it so she caught, and rumors of the deacon only grow. And she gave a bit of advice, telling her that she should tell Luciana to follow her heart. Maybe that was implied good for the coven, but regardless, Nadia made her way to Lou as they chatted, and Luciana weaved her tale about spending a night with the priest, her embarrassment, the fact that she's a little bit unsure what to go next, and of course reassurance about the spirit and the wolf, or at least what she believes from what the deacon has told her. It seems that Nadia believed her, seemed to understand and accept that that's what happened, that didn't ask me question about Lou spending the night with the the deacon, and maybe a bit odd, but sometimes the heart wants what it wants and with all that, as she made her way back home. Svetlana also woke up the next day with a wonderful mood. The rumors are spreading like wildfire, and it's all thanks to her, as she goes, her sister, of course, finds out, scolds her when she proudly proclaims what she's done and tell her, you should tell mom, you have to, or it's going to be big trouble. And as Svetlana, not ashamed of what she's done, decided to swagger up to her mom and explain all that she's done of her Cupid abilities, and shouldn't you also look at me with awe, as her mom scolded her, said all the things that, of course, any good mother disappointed with her child who seems to love to cause chaos. But Svetlana could tell her mother was not upset with the outcome and seemed to be boosting her ego and showing that she did the right thing. After that as well, Luciana, of course, called Milena, letting her aunt know that she's alive. Sorry about that, and a bit embarrassment about what happened last night. She also gave the chat about that as she came by, and they talked about her spending the time with Deacon, as well as the fact that she asked her aunt to help with not using the love spell. She doesn't believe she can do what Nadia does, and she would like to avoid that type of outcome for herself and for the Deacon. And apparently her aunt was convinced, also showing her support in this, and she will help her. And that there are other people who have this concern, and this is going to work out. Don't worry about it. She did mention about the spirit that she met, and of course Lou's wary with that, but she plans to talk about with others as well. And of course, Rhea, having only left her back home, as she had been a bit annoyed that Luciana wanted to talk to Milena alone. I want to give her a warning that her daughter is keeping it has a bit peeved with that, and you'll have to deal with that later. As she said goodbye to her aunt. Not 2 seconds later, her cousin Rhea showed up, here to ask some questions, cause some trouble, and call a girls' night. She got everyone involved. Nadia, Svetlana, Milena, Rhea, and Luciana, I believe. And everyone were up for hanging out. As Nadia made her leave, saying goodbye, though not before being stopped by her husband, who asked, "What the hell are you going?" Or in a much more polite tone, I assume. And she explained that she was going to be there for Lou. That apparently her heart may be a bit broken with the whole thing with the priest, and she needs someone to, just a girls' night thing. And he's just like, "What? The priest slept with her?" He's like, "Yeah, that's what happened." And he didn't seem too happy about that. She stalked off, I will say. Though the grandmother did stop Nadia to warn her about ask her the truth, which she agreed with, as that's what she knew, and also warned her about telling who you can about rumors and such. That is a dangerous thing. As Nadia made her way to Luciana's house, everyone showing up with their own little treats and such as we talked, chatted, discussed, and brought up the whole situation with Luciana and the deacon. But seeing everyone was having a good time regardless. And I think that's where it left off, with Nadia telling Luciana about the thing with Boris, which Luciana is like, "God damn it," and everyone trying to hang out and discuss that she's trying to keep these plates in the air. And I think that was the last scene.
Yeah. You managed to catch up, spend the night together. In the morning, probably people would start making their way back home. Their own little households. Unless any of you want to do anything.
I would like to call the deacon. I think he has a phone, right?
Yeah. Presumably after everyone left, maybe?
Yeah, definitely after everyone left.
He's gonna pick up in the morning. It's like, good morning.
Sorry to call you so early, but I need to make sure I get you before you ran into anyone else.
Okay. Got me.
Okay. So I'm working on things on my end. I think it's going well. But my friend has mentioned something to our relation last night or the other night to her husband, and he's someone you probably don't want to piss off. Boris.
Oh God.
Yes. I'm not too sure if he plans to confront you or what's going to happen, but I wanted to warn you now.
Okay, I appreciate the heads up.
Good. Well, I'll let you know if things turn out worse, but everything's going great.
Don't sound very convincing.
Yeah. I don't. Gonna be honest. I'm flying without a manual on this thing, as they say. So it's a little bit. Weaving a romantic tale is a very difficult thing. I've only had books and a couple of drama TV shows as a reference point. So.
Oh. Do you need help with that?
I'm not too sure what else you can really do. Because I'm trying to make it so your reputation is not entirely destroyed in this point. So, I don't know.
Boris knows, how bad can it get after?
Well, he's one of the most influential members of our little village here, and he has a lot of power. So you're right. Well, just do what you normally do. Show up eventually. We'll chat, make it look a little bit more public. Let the rumors fly for a bit, but maybe not get them out of control. And I think that's it. So you're doing fine. You're doing great.
Yeah. Well, listen. Knowing Boris, he's gonna bring it up eventually. So.
He will. Okay. Well. Wonderful talking to you, Deacon. Happy. What do you priests use? Happy blessed day.
Well, hope you have a blessed day as well.
She will say goodbye and hang up the phone. Probably take a breath before making herself a drink and preparing for her usual chores.
Yeah. Svetlana, as you left Luciana's house, anything planned? I don't think. Listen, your sister may go home and do chores, but are you that kind of individual?
No.
So, what's up? What do you wanna do today? Any plans?
Initially in the morning, since it's a bit early, then people get up. I want to use the time to furnish my collection.
You can
Gonna go for
yeah, you can spend a couple of hours in the nearby woods, see what you can find.
Yeah.
Because of the time, I will give you the -1 as I did promise you.
That is fair. There go -1 forward. Yep.
Never know. Blessing.
Ah, the -1 fucked me.
Know what?
No,
You know what?
don't you fucking do it.
What, Rod? Don't do what?
I feel it in my bones.
Do what? I didn't say anything.
You're right, Glenn. You're right. I'm just being paranoid. You're right. I'm flinching at shadows.
What do you think I was gonna do?
You know what, Glenn? You're right. I'm just flinching at shadows. You're right.
Listen, you have to tell me now. What is your big fear?
I just had this fear that you're gonna have an abundance of just worse options for her to use, like a chef pulling out a knife kit.
Well, I mean, that's the funny part. There's no choice because it's a complication. It's my choice now, Rod.
That's true. That's true.
So, what would be like the worst possible outcome? I want to get spotted by one of the villagers, right?
True.
Picture. I'm saying, why are you flinching at shadows when like the knife is like out in the open? I don't know.
That's true. You put the knife on the table, Grunt, then you hit it with a baseball bat. You know what? That's how I usually proceed. And you still use the knife anyway.
You know what, I'll keep this. I'll just make a note. Yeah, no, that's not your day. Spend all morning into the afternoon and listen, it's still maybe a bit too chilly. Some of these plants aren't technically in full season, so probably another month and it will be much easier to find.
Yeah, what a damn shame, man. Yes, for now, she will head home. I said yes, the others are sadly sleeping or like, doing chores right now, like Nadia and whatnot.
I'm gonna have to ask. Luciana, are you gonna do anything other than after calling the deacon?
See, I'm looking at my plants right now to see if I can do. Oh god damn it! That requires life magic. Fuck. I don't think she knows that though. Hold on, let me check one last thing. Because I also have a good luck spell, but I think you need to use light magic for it.
Yeah.
Yes, light is.
God, Jesus Christ. I'm willing to try out. I want to have her use her. I know she, like I said, mechanically, I know she can't do this as well, but she doesn't know that. So I'm going to use my beach. Is that how you pronounce it? The divination one?
Yeah. I mean, the
Okay, I
divination
think
spell.
it's. Yeah, I still have my injury, right? Yeah, I still have my injury. And...
Listen, look at that.
That's an amazing. That's a wonderful roll. Holy
That's
shit!
a
Divination is
6/6.
also light magic. That's red. Holy shit, man! What the fuck? You almost.
So tell me, what are you divining, and then you have to one.
She's trying to figure out the situation with Well, mainly with Boris now that she's aware of it. Like, if there's any way to mitigate the damages of this whole fallout that she's hoping for, because she assumes the worst. I think for basically where she's at right now, I think vague hints will make more sense story-wise, if we're right to say that.
I mean, drawing the attention of a supernatural creature also makes a lot of sense story-wise. But up to you.
But you know, the last time I got
Yeah.
drawn by the attention of a supernatural creature, I get my ass
You
full.
think
Grunt.
she forgot about you?
I would hope that she would actually, Grunt.
See,
Well, Grunt, what do you think? What do you think makes sense?
Post the clown gift, Mac. But no, listen. That's up to you. That's why I feel like both would work. If you only want the vague hints. So the question is, how can you better solve the situation with Boris, right?
Essentially, how to better solve the situation with Boris.
What does solving the situation with Boris even mean? There's a lot of solutions, but I don't think you'll enjoy some of them.
Yeah, you're right, and because it's vague hints, I gotta make sure
give me a more precise question, because you can just pick up a rock and all very easy fix, but
that's also true. I guess how to make it so Boris lose interest in trying to pursue, or basically pursue confrontation with Alexander, if I can help it.
Well, what? The pendulum. It's time to swing. It's for a swing back. And you do see flashes of as you. What will be your divination methods for this case?
Basically, I know she likes to mix with drinks and things like that. Something with liquids, or if you want to do the old thing of tea leaves and nonsense like that, you can.
Then you sort of see traces, flashes of anger. Boris lashing out. Realize would give him a different target for his rather pent-up anger.
Do I have an idea what target that be? Because I have an idea, but
I mean, it's only a vague hint, so.
Yeah. God damn it. There's only one other target she would know, Grunt, and that will be his wife. Is she at that point now where she's gonna try to save her own skin with this?
Always the option. Oh, listen. If you think about it, she put you in this position.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to become a bad person right now. So she's gonna have to try to talk to Boris with concern. Yeah. For the greater good, right, guys? She's gonna have to try to find Boris.
Well,
Without being too obvious about it.
If you go out, because this would have taken you a bit of time. It's sort of noon right now. As you wander off and maybe ask one of your neighbors, they'll tell you that I think he went to the deacon's house in the morning.
I see. Well, she would thank them kindly as she would make her way there. Maybe with some fresh cookies or some nonsense like that.
Yeah.
Biscuits, yeah.
You I think this will be a roll. Yeah, it should give me a wits roll.
Okay, let's see.
Don't worry about it.
Sure.
The bar. Yeah. As you walk, there are especially as you get closer to the church, you do spot a few weird glances your way.
just glances, nothing
Yeah, no,
that she
no,
can get an
no,
idea what's going on.
no. Yeah, nobody's like having like like an obvious grimace, but they're clearly like something happened. You may think maybe something that relates to you, or at least they believe it does.
Uh, Now the thing is, would they be willing to tell her, or were they going to scatter when she starts asking too many
Nice.
questions?
You can always talk. Depends on how confrontational you are, right?
Yeah, I think she would be nice about it, but she would be
Because this would
there's
just be like
something.
probably like an influence role.
Oh dear God. Okay.
Unfortunately, the fates have decided you are not very well liked right now.
Yeah. She's gonna ask kindly, like, did something happen, or is everything all right? And she probably, who was the next person who gave her a weird glance, would just ask directly.
An influence.
Gotcha.
Not a 6-6. I believe in you. I can beat you -3.
No, lightning doesn't strike twice. If get a couple of like no. I mean, nothing. I don't think anything. And then one person will say, no. Why are you asking?
Just seems I'm getting well, everyone's giving a bit of looks here. I just wanted to make sure.
She's like shakes and says, no, I was just saw you going up to. Presume you want to go up to the church, right?
Yes, is that a problem?
He sort of looks a bit embarrassed as oh no, I mean, I don't think the father is in a good mood today. Careful. Usually it's much more cheerful.
Oh, I guess something bad in that has happened. Do you know what brought about his bad mood?
Boris went to him in the morning and some shouting and well, I mean, just like I guess like clearly doesn't want to like talk about it.
Ah. Well, maybe there was a bit of misunderstanding.
Yeah, most.
Boris, have you seen Boris by chance?
I mean, I think he left for town. Saw him driving away.
Ah, I see. Very well then. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate the heads up.
He's just gonna nod before you hear his wife calling him from the inside the house, being quite pissed off at him.
She will say goodbye, and well, she can't turn around now. That would ask to raise me questions. She will go to the priest, the church, basically.
Yeah, I mean, you can go up to his house next to this. You knock on the door and gonna open the door and see like he's like he was clearly like upset before he sees you. Just like Luciana, morning or afternoon, good afternoon.
Hello. She kind of like will step into his house, handing him the basket of food she bought, basically.
Now this is a funny scene because he's just sort of like cracking the door, looking, and you just kind of inside, like, oh
Yeah.
I guess we are doing this as a. Well, you do see as you walk inside, there are like some not bandage, but like cleaning cloth, slightly stained with some blood.
She kind of stops that. Has something happened? She kind of looks him over to see if he has any injuries.
Seems fine. Like look very attentively. There are some scratches on one of his fists. Like he's immediately gonna put his hands behind his back. Nah, it's everything's fine. Why?
Did you Did you and Boris fight each other physically?
I may have lost my temper.
Okay. Is Boris all right? Are you all right?
The lumberjack. I thought he was gonna be. They're like sturdy people.
I want to make sure things didn't go too far. It seems like when you're towing, they didn't. So that's good.
Well, somebody told Boris that we slept. I, he was the last person I expected on my doorstep due to rumors.
Well, I warned you the power of rumors, but like I said, my
She
friend
said-
mentioned it to him.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, she says, my friend mentioned it to him. His wife, Nadia, told him. And said it as fact. And he didn't take too kindly. Apparently he believed it was rumors, but yes, I'm so sorry. I didn't expect her to tell him anything.
No, it's happening all over again. I apologize. I am making this quite difficult for you.
What's happening all over again? Did you also make a sleep with the village girl and
No,
cause issues
it's-
for your priesthood?
I've always had an attitude problem, let's say.
Well, this could either work in our favor or go horribly wrong. I'm choosing to be a positive, look at this in a positive way. I have an idea how to fix this. I just need to talk to Boris.
What idea is that?
Well, Boris has a one-track mind. I'm hoping to redirect his ire somewhere else. Hopefully.
Like, has a very concerned look on his face.
Look, do you want Boris off you or do you not?
Depends what the cost is. Sounds very ominous when you say it like that.
It does. I'm not really good at this. Well, Boris, gonna have him take a look at talking to his wife a little bit more instead of looking at other people.
Okay, she's not my favorite person right now either, but
If I don't do this, that means you'll have more trouble and more visits from Boris.
well, either files a complaint to the police or he'll let this go.
Grunt, knowing Boris, is he someone who would let things go eventually, or does he? Okay.
No.
I kinda.
He's a prideful individual. No. Even if he's not probably not gonna report this to the police because then like, oh, the priest actually kicked your ass. What a pussy. But like he's probably gonna retaliate somehow.
This is like, I'm going to be honest with you, Deacon. Boris is not a man who easily forgets and forgives, especially. Based on how the fact that you look mostly fine, I assume you came out the victor of your little confrontation.
It wasn't a fight, he just made a remark, I lost my cool, and well, one thing led to another.
Boris is a prideful man, as well as a man who's praised and loved by everyone for one, or feared for one reason or another. So, no, he's not going to take kindly to the fact that you punched him. No, he's not going to take, well, this is just going to add more fuel to his fire. He can make your life very difficult here.
Listen, I've dealt with assholes with power, money, and influence before. As long as there's no demons involved, I'll be fine.
Do you really? Fine.
I appreciate
And
your
what-
concern. It's hard for me. I'll be fine.
We're partners in crime at the very least, so until this gets resolved or settled, we're stuck with each other. I'm hoping to get this settled.
Gonna like chuckle and nod.
And what remark could he have done so bad that made you lose your cool?
He looks slightly embarrassed.
He raises an eyebrow at that.
Let's just say it was unkind remark towards yourself.
Ah, I see. Well, Boris is not a. Boris is Boris.
I have to remind myself that rural mentalities are slightly different than urban ones. I was just shocked, and then well, he kept talking. So
Yes. It doesn't make it better, but I can assume it's only from his idea of concern, as much as someone like Boris can be concerned.
I guess he is worried about Station as a stalwart member of the community. Uh, maybe I should just like don't apologize, I guess.
It would help with his ego at the very least, and show that you are learning from your lessons of being swayed by the conniving seductions of a young village woman, at the very least.
I'm not gonna just let them call you, well, names.
Appreciate you defending my honor, but I kind of assumed something like this would happen, especially since I went about this plan. Why do you have a list ready, Mac? Why did you seem like you copy and pasted from a list that you had prepared for this moment?
Mac knows. Just talk to villagers. Listen. I just I don't want to make this more difficult for you than it has to be.
Well, we both share that mindset at the very least. I'm trying to keep you out of trouble, and you're trying to keep me out of trouble. Hopefully, we'll cover each other's bases at that.
I have an idea, but I don't think it's a
couple ideas. Most of them probably not good, but let's hear it out.
I could get him kidnapped and then like mind control.
Oh, that's okay.
Technically, if my recollection is correct, they can do that to someone, sort of play with their emotions a bit till they. Well, it's not like a. I don't think you can do full personality shifts, but it's like small tweaks to make Boris less aggressive towards this matter. Kind of like I think. I mean, it's like just barely one step above beating him.
It's true. It would be. There's a look on her face, a grimace, as she's thinking about something.
I mean, listen. You could tell him like, hey, doesn't matter if you fuck with his head. We're already doing that.
That's what she's literally thinking.
Because if she does this, the Covenant's gonna find out like fucking immediately.
Wow, I'm getting myself into a lot of trouble here. I don't think that's necessarily a good idea.
No, that's terrifying. It's horrible.
It is. Definitely taking away someone's free will and making it easier to control them has its
Yeah, no, you're right.
problems.
What am I even saying? God, sorry.
No, I understand. Desperation builds inventive ideas. You're not. It's okay.
I'm always starting in my resignation, I guess. Those options.
Wait, whoa. I thought you loved being a priest and the church and the deacon, priest, whatever.
Kind of leans back, says, "Listen, I won't lie to you and just say I haven't dealt with, but well, more than one crisis of faith. I think the first one was learning demons exist, and the second one learning that a lot of other monsters exist. And then the third one was when I realized they run a lot of the world.
What's gonna happen to you if you resign from your church? Do they like, I don't know? What happens actually?
Socially gets outcasted. A lot of people will. Well, it's not gonna be nice, but listen, maybe I can pick up a new trades, go somewhere where nobody knows my name, move to one of the other big cities,
It's true.
Western Europe. God,
it
I
would
have to
be
learn German now.
it would be a hell of a lot safer if you did that option than staying. So I'm going to be honest. I think that might be the better idea for you.
That's safe.
Um,
You think big cities are safe? It's
I
actually
think
the other way around.
I think it's more the fact that you would be you're immediately in a unique position that's has your safety in question in a different way. And I'm going to be honest. I rather think have you alive than the alternative.
Ah, you act like there's it's just Boris. I don't like I don't think he'll get me killed over this.
There's a a moment where she like looks away quickly for looking back at him. Uh, it's not Boris I'm worried about. Remember when I told you that there are interested parties who are not too happy about you?
Yeah.
Um, well, my plan was to go along with this hopes of us in a relationship, break it off so you have a window to leave without too much fanfare, and they wouldn't have a reason to interfere with that. It just goes about its course, but it's not working out as much as I wanted it to. Um, my people aren't happy that you're here, or Deacon, or happy that you're doing things that would expand the influence of the church. We have a bit of a bad history with that, and they're looking at a few options to deal with that. And one of the options, I don't think you could really deserve any of them, or anyone for that matter. But
Okay. What are speak plainly, please? I'm not a very in intuitive man.
okay, I'm going to tell you something that I it's you can't. It's going to get me in a lot of trouble if they find out. You, yeah, but me worse just as well. Okay, so try to keep it to yourself if you can help it. Okay,
Nods.
trusting you with a lot. It's very obvious that I'm not a normal person, and I'm not. I'm a witch of a coven, an old one, and well, they have a way of dealing with outsiders. Some harsher than others, but the most common way of doing it is to keep you in the fold, whether you want to or not. You know, your idea with your Fey folk isn't as far off what we do. Done. So, um, Boris himself is under such a situation, and I'm trying to make it so they don't do the option with you. They prefer an easier way instead of a much more a hammer, we'll say. So it might be best for you to leave if that's the case. Right now, they're just watching, keeping an eye on you, seeing how things
I'm
play out.
looking at a terrified woman in front of me and a scheming coven of witches, and you want me to just up and leave?
See, this is why I didn't want to tell you. Yes, because for your safety, they are my family, as much as and my elders, and as much as it terrifies me to go against their word. I'm doing a lot of that lately. I can talk my way out of trouble. I have a reputation enough among the coven to get that level of safety, but you are a stranger, a foreigner, a threat, and it's not wonderful seeing someone under the potion. it turns my stomach a bit, and so I'm trying to help you avoid that. I can maneuver and live my life here, but I don't think that's fair to you, and I'm trying to
So wait.
stop.
So there. Say I'm their next target for some weird curse.
Love spell.
Oh.
Yes.
Wait, you're saying Boris is under?
Yes. And let's say Boris wasn't. Boris's situation is not great, especially because it wasn't. It makes it easier when there's something there, attraction, love, whatever you want to call it. But for Boris, we think that there's like a feedback loop where his mind is trying to make excuses why he's in the situation, and it's just causing emotional turmoil in the long run. But I don't know enough about love potions to say for sure. It's not great, and it's very unsettling. I've been trying to weave a tale for the Coven that we are romantically involved, which they will prefer over love spells as well. And if I don't play it right, they would probably still use it. But regardless, it's working so far. It's just, like I said, I'm trying to make it so your life is entirely miserable here, or the fact that they decide to use it anyway.
Well, it comforts you. I have dealt with sorcerers before.
Uh,
I don't know about like witch covens or
I'm not
love spells, but
I'm not too familiar with a sorcerer. I only have my own knowledge in this village here. I just know, well, we've been here for
does the love spell
generations.
have any sort of way to fight back?
Well, it doesn't last. It has to continuously reapplied, we'll say. Uh, there's also a chance that if you're aware of it, that you may have a safety net as well, that you may have a forethought to get out of it, I will say, I guess. Magic here, or at least our magic, has to have balance. There's no surefire way of things working out. No way it can't backfire on you in some form or fashion if you're not careful. So there's a chance, yes. But if they find out, there are worse methods they can use. Either they try to control you, try to influence you, or find your vices and sins to use against you. And I'm going to be honest, Deacon, you don't really have a lot of those. It makes things a lot more difficult.
Well, I always thought my temper was quite a problem, but I guess I managed to master that well enough.
If nothing else. And like I said, so far it's been working. The Boris situation threw me off, but the Coven seems to be content with this whole charade we have going on. As long as it works in their favor, I believe. But like I said,
How do you? Okay, putting this aside, are you okay with other situation?
which other situation?
The Boris situation, or
Get a say in the
more
Boris
likely
situation.
other previous. This sounds like something that they've done again and again over the years.
She grimaces a bit. I don't really have a say in the Boris situation. I've told them enough times to say I don't want that for myself, or I would rather just avoid it entirely. Nadia doesn't talk about it a lot, but most of us, or at least the younger ones, are in agreement. The Coven just tells us it's for the good of all. I guess it doesn't make it better, and I know how it sounds like. But to not do it means it could be disaster for us too. Boris is not a nice man, but I don't know if I would want that for anyone.
I'm confused as to why would your friend tell Boris something that would obviously make him come here and pick a fight if they don't.
I don't know. Nadia, Nadia and Bora's situation is strange as his own. I don't think she cares for him at all, and I honestly, based on my assumption, I just don't think she really considers him a problem. She's just
Sounds to me like she doesn't care about you either.
I don't know. I told her a tale, and she probably believed me. And for her, Boris is someone she doesn't fear, because why would she? He's just
Wait, so she thinks. So she was telling him the truth. Do they. Okay, who knows that our thing is fake?
no one,
Okay.
no one, not a single person.
They all believe it. Your coven, your friends, everyone.
Yes.
Okay. Listen. I feel like it's just the two of us right now. But what if there's not just what if there's more people? What if we get allies?
Who else would you even talk to about this? That you could trust in the village about this?
In the village, no. But I can drive to town, send out a few letters.
Send out a few. Who are you inviting?
Well, I mean, I know if well, I don't know a few people, but I know how to reach out to specialists who.
Are you bringing hunters to my? What?
Well, they're not gonna
not-
just come in and like start killing people, but they're like. I feel like you need at least someone who knows about like spells and how to like counter them, how to maybe try and fight back, right?
She kind of looks alarmed and a bit frightened at this, basically. So I'm not bringing hunters on my family. Like, that's like the worst option. Like, we've dealt with those people before. It doesn't usually end well for us.
Yes, but that's why I'm saying I'm not gonna bring a hunter cell here to get rid of them. But I'm gonna reach out. I know. Listen. Oh, second. I can bring people who know about spells. Reach to someone in Sofia and have them drop by.
She kind of paces a bit.
Hunters, listen. There's, I understand you may have a very black and white view of them, but technically I'm a hunter, by your definition. I haven't like pulled out a weapon and decided to kill people. But maybe we can bring someone. Maybe we can get Boris out of his mind prison. Love spell.
And what do you think's gonna happen when he gets out of that love spell? Do you think he'll? This just will cause problems for the cover, and they'll start to ask questions, and then Boris himself, he'll, without his help, what's gonna happen to the village? Like
Well, the question
Jesus.
is, are you gonna endorse the enslavement or are you gonna be against it?
You're asking me to turn against my coven.
I'm asking to not support them.
What, leave them desolate without any help? Hope Boris doesn't decide to take his revenge in some form or fashion because he's not a kind man. Potion or no potion. You know what will happen to us? Do you understand what that means for us? And if your not hunter friend or whatever you want to call him decides to, I don't know, wipe out or hurt anyone in my coven, am I supposed to just turn the other way? Because what?
Well, I think your alternative is to be enslaved, I guess. So Up to you, I guess, but I'm not leaving.
That's not fair. That's not as simple as that.
I know. That's why I'm not. Listen, if they want to do the spell, the spell. Not the worst outcome in my life.
She actually looks angry and like she's being put in the corner. She's like, fine,
Well,
bring your friend.
okay. Listen. I can promise you, I can give you my word that you won't harm anyone.
She scoffs. It's like, I have to trust your word in the lives of my family. And she just kind of storms off a bit.
She's gonna it's like, come. What do you want me to do? So it's fine that you get to prioritize your life, but I have to sacrifice all my beliefs for it.
See, to sacrifice your beliefs. You can go and you can be okay if you left. And
Be okay.
I want
yes, just give up my job, my reputation, my identity, and go wash dishes in Germany. That's such a wonderful life. Thank you. Generous offer.
What is alternative? I have to be okay with someone who may or may decide to hurt the people I love as well.
No,
that I have to watch.
Option 2. Option 3, we let things play out. Your coven does the love spell. Well, it is what it is, I guess.
Not fair. You know what I want? I don't want my coven to use the love spell. I don't want to see you enslaved. I don't want them to feel threatened by a stranger or a hunter or whatever you want to call it coming in and decimating our lives, because this village is all I have. You can leave. I don't get to leave. This is my home.
I don't get to leave because I'll remind you, I was sent here, put here. I don't have an option. I didn't choose this place.
But you have a life outside this place.
Do I? How do I have a life outside this place?
You have Fae and hunter friends and people who know you and care about you outside of this place who will probably protect you, it seems like. This is everything to me.
You seem to use the term friends very, very loosely. I have at most one friend and one Fae that I've worked with. Colleagues at best.
You know what happens to a witch who leaves her coven? If I left this village? Hunters. Death. I have nothing outside of this place.
What do people teach you about the outside world?
You want me to believe that any hunter who'll see me will just let me go without question? Will not decide to make it their choice to take my life? If they deem me a threat? Am I supposed to believe in all the histories of the entire fucking world that I won't lose my life because of what I am? Who are you calling naive?
You might be a big threat around here, but I've seen literal demons. I've seen Fae who manipulate people with a single touch. I've heard rumors of sorcerers flinging lightning bolts at people.
Yes, and those things are also threats to me too. I am between both mortal and unmortal worlds. And whether I'm a small fry or not doesn't mean I get to live an easy life either. Coven is protection.
Okay, well then why are you so upset about the third option then?
Because I don't want that for you. I don't want that. And I know that the only choice is to have your friend here, and I also know that's a domino effect. There is no such thing as just your friend coming in and not being...
Let me pose a hypothetical scenario then. You do this, I leave, I give up on everything. You have your safety. How long until they send the next priest and you're put in this scenario, the same scenario? How many young women does your coven have that they're willing to just fling at people? Use as pawns?
Lou kind of looks away, knowing that he's right.
I know the aging population of this village, and then there's not that many young people around. So Unless the grandma wants to pick up the seduction book, I think it's only gonna come down to a few people, and you're like one of them. How long until, well, another influential businessman moves from out of town here, and you will be in the same position?
The convent demands much, and it has been our way for a very long time.
So, at least I won't be mean to you, I guess. Or maybe I will. I don't know what happens.
She kind of turns her back, like putting her head against the door almost. Fine, bring your friend. Just
He's gonna like walk up to him, and as he like puts his hands on his shoulder and says, "It's gonna be fine. Trust me. If something bad happens, I will pick up and leave on my own, okay?"
kind of looks at him just before nodding.
He's just gonna like try and give you a reassuring hug.
Yeah, she probably takes the hug. Probably not believing him, but she needs this right now before backing away. Well, meeting adjourned, as they say. I'm going to enjoy the cookies. I'll see you later.
I do have to go and apologize to Boris. So.
Be for the best.
Both of you.
Yeah. Lou looking upset as she goes home.
You know, Svetlana, not a good day, but listen, still like hours before sundown. Gonna do.
What is there to do right now? Of course, I still have one of the Kashim sponsored clovers left. But we don't need to overdo it for now. Honestly, right. Usually she talks to Nadia or Anya about like tries to get some magical lore and whatnot. Roxana doesn't teach her.
You can find your sister around if you want.
Yeah, that's
Find her probably in the courtyard. Looks at you like been on like all morning.
I went for a lovely stroll in the forest.
You know, it's not gonna. We're not supposed to do that often, and it's like barely spring.
I got lucky once. I got lucky again. Listen, it seems my luck has run dry. I'll wait until March. March, I forget. No, we're March right now. I'll wait until April, until the winter, the snow's properly thawed.
Sort of shakes her head. Who are you lying to? You think I'm mom?
God damn it!
But I did. I did hear gossip. Yes.
Ooh, absolutely.
They say Boris went to the deacon's house in the morning.
Okay, and what happened next? That's.
And there was some shouting, and well, people say Luciana went there afterwards.
Wait, they got in a fight?
I was wondering that. I mean, Boris can be quite aggressive. I mean, the deacon though, I've never like seen him in an aggressive mood.
Huh.
I think they both left for town.
I wonder what that was about. Huh?
She like looks baffled.
Ah, fuck.
It's like
That was a
you,
joke.
like,
That was a
for-
sarcastic joke. That was a Listen, I just didn't expect. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't expect them to. I never thought. I just didn't expect the priest to be like angry or like to fight back. And
I don't know. I mean, you're just assuming Boris went there and started like arguing and like picking a fight.
I mean, okay, so maybe I slightly been assuming that. But I just type of surprised that Boris is actually the guy to even listen to like rumors. I didn't. Oh wait, no, wait, Nadia.
I was
wait,
gonna
no,
say
Nadia
because
told us.
Nadia told all of you that.
Oh wait, Nadia told all of us.
Yeah,
We all
that's
know.
why. That's why I'm like. Wait.
Ah, fuck! I remember it now. I forgot about it. Now I thought Nadia only told Lou. No, we all know.
No, you all, because you all went to the sleepover.
Ah, we all know.
Yeah, that's why she's like, yeah, he apparently did go there and like it was an argument. It was a big fight.
I remember. I remember now. I'll put. Yeah, it's gonna make the situation a lot more awkward for Lou.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't know.
I think there's an easy way to fix this either.
Yeah, I don't. This isn't gonna help the case for the not love spell.
I'm thinking, what if we could somehow maybe distract Boris or something? I don't know.
That ask him with what? Yeah, problem is he is a rather standing man, so makes sense why he would be upset that the priest, well, going around town. Listen,
One of us could maybe eat the bullet or something for sake of Lou and do something silly, you know?
She kind of raises an eyebrow.
What if he can focus his ire on someone, but I'm not sure what caliber would be required to focus his ire on something else. Maybe you have any idea?
No. I'm not even sure how I would like get him to do that though.
Yeah. I think Nadia is like the only person who might be able to do that to him, but
Yeah, I was gonna say I know exactly what he cares about the most to know what to target. Because I could, you could always just, I guess, throw rotten eggs at his house, but like,
I don't think that'll do it. I don't think that'll
yeah,
do it,
so,
sadly.
I don't know.
There's only the. No. I don't want to. Let's not jump to extremes. I think the only way we can maybe
You're one
prevent
to talk about extremes.
Yeah. Just let people some luck. Listen, I think it all worked out great.
Clearly, Boris is picking a fight with Deacon. Lou is now being accused of being a whore. Yeah, just wonderful all around. This is why we don't mess with one another, especially like this. May look good in the moment, but like, look how easy it is to have the situation go out of control.
Yeah, this Inferno did kind of grow a bit more. There's maybe something.
No,
Maybe
I think I know what you need to do.
Hmm?
You should go to Lou and apologize. Because this is, well, it may not be like fully your fault, but I feel like part of it is your fault.
Yeah. I didn't want to put any harm on us. Like,
Listen,
right, I think it's the only
we
thing I can do
make a
for now.
gift basket. We'll put in some drinks, some sweets, and then will take it to her house and have a nice supper.
So I will nod at that. And for now, listen, I'll lay off the magic, but try to fix this. For now, I think this requires non-mystical means of fixing.
As Luciana, you will get a message from Anya telling you that she and her sister want to stop by your place in the evening.
She's probably clean herself up. She did react really well, and she's probably been crying, so she's gonna clean herself up basically and try to look presentable.
Yeah,
The go ahead that she's okay for that.
yeah. As the two sisters would eventually show up, it's around like 6 in the evening. As you let them in and gonna give you a hug and hand you the sweets and alcohol.
I appreciate this. What's the occasion, I want to ask?
Well, moral support.
Is it that bad?
I feel like it is, and it's not gonna get much better.
That. But I've made dinner as well, so you take a seat. Be nice not to be alone for a little bit.
Yeah, it's. I also want to say something else. So. I I think I might have helped cast the situation contributed to it a bit.
What? It's just like a frozen smile on her face in confusion. What did you do?
I felt a little silly, and I thought, yeah, listen, when I heard about some rumors and gossip, and I just so luckily managed to find some clover, and I want to train my want a bit of practice, and I blessed you with some performed a little magical rite.
But what? Do you know how much trouble you caused? You just what? You just pulled a prank on me, and what? What the fuck?
I thought from my knowledge that there could be not that much harm from even if the ritual kind of went tits up. It was just a small luck spell, I thought. But now looking at this inferno,
You know what? It's fine. You're right. It's a small luck spell. Maybe
hey,
things would have
no,
been
no,
worse.
that's fine. Besides my apology, but I want to promise you I will not do it again. And if you need me to help you unfuck the situation,
Look, regardless how mad I am, it's not at you. I'm dealing with a lot right now. And you're right. It's a small luck spell. Maybe things would have been worse if it didn't happen. Who knows if it even did anything or if it made things worse or better. I don't know because you didn't tell me. And who knows how long it's been going on. So you're right. I don't have enough evidence to even get mad at you. I'm just dealing with
When you
much
say
right
that,
now.
like last line was like, we don't know how long it's been going on. Anya's just like, ooh,
It's also true. She doesn't know.
because Anya's like, well, I mean, I know my sister, and I know when she sneaks out, she thinks I don't, but
sadly, you guys are better than Roxana said.
yeah, because I have to do your chores. It might have been the same, well, 2 days ago. Oh,
She takes a breath.
Yeah, it happened. There were 2 spells involved.
Okay. Wait, 2 spells? What other spell did you cast?
Oh no, it was the same thing. Just cast it twice. Just the same bundle twice.
Is it twice? Oh my. Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty big. Yeah.
Okay. He looks proud when she says for a second there. Okay. I'm very, very upset with you right now, Svetlana. I'm trying not to shout at you because it's not going to fix the situation. And it's not even going to be a temporary relief because nothing can be undone. We don't know exactly how much damage your spell has done. It's supposed to be luck. I'm trying to look at the pauses right now. Please don't do that again. And if you do, please tell me so I prepare to, I don't know, dispel it. If you gave me time, I could have probably fixed this instead of, I don't know, going about my way and wondering why things have turned out this way. Who knows? I'm trying to look at the positives here. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate the apology. I'm still very mad at you. Regardless,
are the rumors true though?
which ones?
That Boris and the father had a big argument.
So Boris went to go talk to the deacon, and they exchanged words, and it went poorly. I was
How
planning to
poorly?
talk with Boris. Apparently, we all know Boris. He talks a lot and says a lot, and the deacon didn't take kindly to his words. I don't know if it got too violent, but fists were exchanged.
Want to roll me an influence there?
God damn it! Am I still injured? Yeah. Okay.
You might get a 6/6.
Don't you lie to me, you son of a bitch!
Almost. It's not the worst. That's not the worst.
I'm gonna
roll.
kill
It's
you.
too
I'm gonna kill you.
It's gonna like look at you and like, yeah, like what kind of things did Boris say? Because
What do you
I
expect
hear
someone
I hear it was a very loud argument that even the neighbors overheard.
Well, what do you think Boris would say? Anya? That and worse, but it doesn't really matter, okay? I don't really care what Boris has to shout.
Yes, but I've never heard Alexander shout at people.
Well, he apparently brought me up, and he said things about me. I didn't get the details. The deacon wasn't willing to say, but it was enough to make him upset.
She's gonna like elbow you, Svetlana.
This one.
Was the father upset because Boris insulted you?
I think he likes it when people say such things about people. I think he was being a nice person at the very least. Anya, goddamn.
Hmm.
Zanna's also thinking.
I mean, yes, of course, he's like a nice, almost chivalrous individual, you could say.
a knight, one might say.
He's a man of the church, so I assume such words or gets
Ah,
his
yes,
priesthood thing.
I've never heard a priest swear before, or a drink, or like.
You forgot the other priest?
Oh,
The one that kicked the bucket like no wonder?
that's what maybe that's what happened. But yes, regardless,
She's
it's
getting
making
flustered.
things difficult. I'm not getting. Shut
I
up.
think she is. I think she is. Yeah, I think she is.
Regardless, we talked about it.
Listen,
Things got a bit heated, so who knows? Okay.
There's a silver lining to this, though. At least
There's
we
a
can talk to the older witches and convince them to not do a love spell on the on Alexander.
I'm looking at this, and I think it's gonna be an easy argument.
Yeah. I think that's the at least one positive. I think genuinely because we can avoid another bar situation.
Yeah, and I think your aunt has it in the bag, easy.
Well,
And you just have to look at you, and everything will kind of work out itself. I'm suddenly less panicked.
well, I guess thanks for your support.
Listen, I think my grandma, my mother, no, my mom also also considered that maybe love wasn't necessary. So I think it's. But listen, we're willing. Listen, if you need help or any way, or you want to yell at me for, make you feel better.
Yelling at you isn't gonna make me feel better. It's not gonna change what's happening right now. Then I'm just all upset all around. But I think a nice dinner with my friends would do me some good. So it's getting a little cold. If you guys still want to sit down and eat,
Yeah. Yeah, you'll be able to enjoy a nice and relaxing evening for I mean, however long. But yeah, not sure there's any conversations you would like to have.
outside of village gossip, she would not try to go too deeply into complicated matters right now.
No, yeah, it's more to distract Lou right now from.
Eventually, we'll head back home as night will fall over the village. Nice and peaceful night, because we don't have Nadia here to get the Boris perspective. Good thing. Good thing. Well, not sure if any of you have any plans for the next day.
Still not available to me. No. At the very least, I think she's gonna avoid Alexander for today, mostly because of the conversation they had last time, and mostly go about her regular duties.
That's pretty easy because rumors that he never came back into village last night.
Deacon or Boris?
Yeah, Boris came back.
I assume calling him means nothing.
Yeah, you call him and you might pick up. Actually, give me a second, cause track down some timeline. That's true, because technically, I was correct. I was like, my instincts are correct. It's a Sunday, and he's not here to fucking how do you say it in English?
To
the communion?
Yeah, communion. He's not here.
The witch is a unpopular priest. Oh my god.
I don't know if calling him leads to anything. I assume not,
Yeah,
but she's gonna at least do that.
If you call him, Probably not. I'm gonna be mean now. No, he doesn't pick up the phone.
Gotcha. Well, Grunt. It's not else she can do except ask for covenant if they've heard of anything at all.
I mean, listen. It's still church, so everyone is gathered there. If you want to gossip with some of the other old hags.
She wants to hear what the rumors going on. If anyone's heard anything, mostly listening and trying to gauge what the fuck what
Nobody
happened.
seems to know what the fuck happened. But you can give me. Can give me a wits roll.
Ooh. I was injured. Fail.
Well,
Has anyone seen Boris around?
Boris is here.
Okay.
You're gonna
I
say
presume he
Svetlana.
looks-
You can also roll with if you want.
Yeah. The blessing of Kushi more off.
Listen.
It's a 1-1 even.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. You ask, and it's kind of weird because none of the other Coven witches know either. So they're also like, I guess they're like happy because it's like working for them, but they don't know.
Yeah, because there's only two things that Lou would think of. Something with Boris, but he seems to not, or at least from what she can assume, doesn't seem to know. And maybe he went to go visit his friend, or maybe he actually did leave.
Well, for someone who
what was
left,
it to
he
say?
has a lot of things back at his house.
Oh, god damn it.
It's only his car that's missing. He may like have run away in the night, but if you like check his house next to the church, it doesn't look like he packed.
Would Lou check? The only other place she would know that he could possibly go to, outside of just leaving to do his other stuff, is Lola, the Fae
Yeah,
that he spoke with. But that's really it.
You could then make a trek into town.
Yeah, she would. Try not to cause too much attention to herself if she can avoid it.
Well, I mean, listen, people will eventually sort of like leave church very annoyed and upset. Would Luciana even have a car?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think she
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
An hour of walking is not that bad.
Oh God! I swear to God, he better be in trouble.
Yeah, I guess try and sneak away when one sort of takes their leave. Go into town. Is Svetlana doing anything?
First, she will forward for a surprise to Roxana and Anya. She will first will do a few chores, help Anya out a bit, a part of penance. But she's also thinking, listen, I fucked Jason royally, but I do have a bit of corn cockle. She never did the devil spell, but
Well,
I do have the corn cockle.
you want to do a deal with the devil?
Right now, the situation, I'm not sure if the situation is bad enough to call for such radical action.
I guess that's fine.
I'll keep staring at the corn cockle. Next session, corn cockle.
Yeah, as you know, Sienna, you'll eventually reach. Promise. You know what? Actually, because it's gonna be obvious to you. Sort of like halfway, you will see something. Sort of in a, because it's like a mountain road, so you can like see the fucking on the hillside. You think that's like the deacon's car that sort of like crashed into the ravine.
No. She's gonna go. Is it too difficult for her to get to it based on it's a mountain road?
No, it's not too difficult. It is low. You don't see anyone in it though.
Okay. No evidence of any type of injuries or anything like that, just an empty car crashed into the river,
Yeah,
you're saying, right?
yeah.
Well, this is far more concerning at the very least, and I don't think she can track where the hell he would have gone if he had left. Basically that.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You think Runt should take a look around for like at least a few minutes before. Well, she's already halfway there. She can either go to Lola and see if she can help her find him.
If he's anywhere, like the clinic is in town. So.
Yeah, so she's gonna keep going basically.
Yeah. Eventually, you'll reach town. Not sure if you're gonna go to Lola or the police first.
I think the yeah, the police first because it's very obvious. So she's gonna report that at the very
Yeah, I mean,
least.
if you go to the section, they will say that he did have an accident last night, and they brought him into the clinic. He is mostly fine, but well, he was he's not in a critical situation, but broken limbs and all that.
Okay. She would thank them and ask what. Well, I assume there's only one place hospital in this
Yeah.
town. She's gonna go and visit him.
Yeah, you'll be let in as you'll walk into his room as he has like sort of his legs and one of his arms have been sort of, I think you call them caskets, right?
Yeah, caskets.
When they're broken. Yeah, looks like his has a swollen face. Like he's full of like, clearly he's been through a lot. See, like just kind of like glances at you from the bed, kind of a faint smile.
For the love of.
I guess I don't have my phone on me.
Yeah. would
Sorry,
ask
I
what
missed
happened.
sorry I missed the mast.
Apologize. Don't apologize for that. You had an accident. Oh my.
Yeah,
What
yeah, you
happened?
can say that. Well, let's say Boris has more friends than I do. You're right, he is quite vindictive.
And it just left you for dead?
No. They did bring me back, but I well, I was a bit of an idiot. I thought we could like went apologized. He just sort of led me away, and then several guys jumped me, and well, here we are. And then he crashed my car, took the phone, and told me to never punch him again, and I don't think I will. I got the message loud and clear. He chuckles a bit.
He just tried to. He was being. Well, he basically almost killed you. I don't know if playing with fire is the best option here.
Listen, I feel like I just passed like a rite of passage or something. An initiation. Local community material.
It's at all how this works. Wait. Okay. How long are you supposed to stay here? We can get you back home. I can heal you up. We can even call your friend and probably get you at least on your feet.
Listen, I probably gonna stop by today. I did tell him. Apparently he knows the area, so probably gonna stop by.
Maybe me and Boris can have a chat.
No.
Things.
How about listen? No, how about no? How about I get beaten up and you sit this one out?
Just go what? Watch the sidelines while you get hurt because of something that you didn't even do?
I misunderstood Boris. I thought he was just the local sort of rich guy. You understand who he is, no?
Yes, I tried to tell you. Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was dealing with with like organized crime.
Boris has a lot of power and influence, and I probably wasn't. He's not a nice man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Far from it.
Listen, that's gonna be fine.
You don't really look like it's gonna be fine.
Listen. I'll be. 2 months. I'll look like I'm brand new.
She just looks even more distraught a little bit, but she's trying to
Hey,
be
listen,
positive here.
listen. 1 month. I heal fast.
I can help you. I have. I can help.
Well, I'm not gonna say no, but I would much rather you sit with me.
Okay. It was a long walk, so a seat would be nice, actually.
That's true. Probably is water around here somewhere.
She will help him if he needs help with his drink or whatever, like that straw and cup thing, basically.
Listen, he still has like one functioning arm. It's only his legs and like left arm now broken. But yeah, no. If you look at it, yeah, it looks like he was beaten up quite severely.
Gotcha. Yeah, Lou is not happy about this, at the very least. Very concerned. I'm sorry, we're gonna have to kill Boris, I think.
Well, he
So,
had
Lana,
some-
you can't make every assumption like we should just call the devil guys. We should just call the demons and hope this works out. So, Lana, that can't be plan A.
I'm staring at the corn cockle. It's calling to me.
Satan, he speaks to me.
This is gonna get worse, in fact.
Yeah, I think eventually she'll have to leave because she has to walk back, basically, too.
Yeah, but listen, it's like what, like 12 to noon.
Yeah.
You can
I don't
spend
know.
some time.
Is it one of the hospital allows you to stay for 24 hours,
They
or
don't
do I have
give a
to
shit.
leave?
They don't.
Okay.
give a-
Gotcha.
The small
Yeah, village-
town, it's like whatever, man.
It's a village clinic.
Listen, I don't want to make assumptions. I just only know for the American hospitals how this. So if as long as she can stay there, then she would probably leave in the morning
Listen,
or so.
they kick me out of my hospital. I just go in through the emergency door and back in.
Even in my city hospital, they just fucking sent me out at night after I was able to walk.
Like, get out of here.
Yeah, no, listen. You wait for a bit, and eventually the door will open. Oh no, this is the wrong channel. This man walking in. This man is like, Alexander, I heard you at like stops in the doorway.
There's like a probably a moment where she's just like in the I'm gonna do a half smile type of thing before she also stops because I think she knows what he would look like or has enough recognition to see who it is.
How long has it been since he left?
He left at 16 and she is now 25.
Yeah,
that's-
there is a listen. He's grown up, but you can definitely still remember.
He?
Ooh,
What do you?
Ooh, this is awkward.
What are you doing here? She looks mad now.
Alexander's like, wait, you know one another?
Do you want me to tell him, or should or do you want to get a chance to say something before
Hmm. Okay. Listen, relax. Alexander, Lou is my sister, right?
Yes, that's his brother.
Okay. Like for a moment, she's my sister. Alexander's like, what? Since when do you have a sister? Kind of like shrugs.
Oh.
Ah. Hmm.
Oh, what? Too ashamed to tell people that you have a small hick town sister? I see, Marty.
Alexander's like, Marty? Like,
Yes, short for
okay.
Martin. Oh, did that change too?
A lot of things changed, Lou. Do you want to step outside, or do you want to like wash family clothing in front of him?
Fine. We're gonna have a chat then.
Alexander's just baffled as the two of you like leave the room, and your brother's like, suppose it's too late to say. You look good. Happy to see you.
Where have you been this entire time? It's been nearly 10 years. What?
I've been around.
Around? I thought you were dead or worse. Your letters stopped coming home.
Listen, it's hard to send letters when you're doing a lot of you know, business.
business? Oh, have you also been hunting down supernatural creatures on the side as well, Martin?
Listen,
Oh my God, you have.
it's a messed up world out there, and somebody needs to help it.
What are you? Well, what are you doing here? You obviously didn't come back for us, so.
Well, Alexander met years ago. He was dealing with a corrupt church scandal and some demons. We worked together on the job. Well, I have developed a bit of talent for alchemy. Pick up a few things, I guess, seeing. And well, he reached out, asked if I could help. I realized the area, and I was like, you know what? I think sometimes you have to face the past, right? You can't just keep running away from it.
Yeah. So.
Plus, when he
Have you been
was mentioning, it didn't give me too many details, but I was gonna talk to you. Okay, I didn't expect you to be in his room.
Oh, that's another complicated matter in itself.
Well, glad things didn't change too much while I was gone.
I'm. Okay. I don't want to fight about that. So, you've been okay last few years?
Yeah. Fake identity and all, but
Yeah, probably kind of blew that for you, didn't I?
yeah. But like Alexander's basically like nobody, so fine.
Okay, I guess that's good. So you're just here to help and then leave again?
That depends, I guess.
Okay, well, You're not wrong about things haven't really changed, so I understand if
I don't think I'm gonna be very welcome.
well, a lot of things did change while you were gone. Mom and Dad are I buried Dad a month ago. Yeah. So, a lot less arguing at the house. I tried to send a letter to your last address, but I didn't know. I don't think you got it.
I know. I've never stayed in one place more than a week.
That's good. Periodically, I would send things out hoping to hear from you. I had to know you're not dead, though I still want to hit you a little bit.
Listen, I can do that. I can take it. No, I've tangled with a werewolf once and out alive on the other end.
Make me feel better at all? Artie, what? Thanks for trying. What name have you been going by this entire time?
Well, done, but
Radon?
yeah.
Very fancy. But I am happy to see you. I am really happy to see you.
Likewise, she's gonna like smile and like give you a hug.
Yeah, she does hug him tightly, but I'm really, really, really relieved to see that he's alive this entire time.
Yeah. Like, so how did you exactly get involved with Beast?
It cut. Well, that's a bit of a funny story. Don't laugh. Well, our old priest left, and they needed to bring a new one in. So he's been around helping out. Thinking the church being overly nice. The coven wasn't too happy about it. Coven and all that. And one thing led to another. Everyone thinks we're sleeping with each other, but we're not. Trying to make it so the coven doesn't do their love potion on him. I think it's working.
Wait, what do you mean? Give me a
Which
second. I
part?
need to go to open the door.
Your dogs, yeah.
One day I'll unleash the corn cockle. We need some more demons in here.
You just want to add my demons more to the campaign. You just I ache for the corn cockle.
It's staring at me.
Calling my name. Feed me, corn cocks. Summon me.
I'm back.
Welcome.
What were you saying last?
She was explaining we basically one thing led to another. Everyone thinks we're sleeping with each other. We're not. And I'm trying to make it so the coven doesn't use that love potion. And I think it's working.
Yeah, it's
Maybe.
like, are they trying to hook you two up?
Well, they weren't originally. It was just soft talks about how to deal with the new deacon. And one thing led to another, possibly because of Svetlana, whatever, luck spell, whatever. Regardless, I went to the church because the spirit was following me. Things got crazy in that end. Really crazy in that end. But to hide all that would happen, he played along with the part everyone was thinking that we were together, that we slept together, and I kind of went with it as well because the alternative was much worse.
Well, sounds like a big mess, but hey, listen.
It is.
We're big brothers here, so we'll fix this easy peasy.
Well, hopefully so, because apparently Boris isn't happy with Alexander, and my coven may or may want us to, I don't know, hook it up as well. I don't know that's gonna happen because Deacon, but I'm trying to figure a way to get out of that situation too.
Well, I did see him quickly. Is that Boris's dude?
Yeah, from what he told me, Boris and his
What
boys
did he
decided
do
to
to the man?
beat him up, run him over. I don't. Did Boris run him out of the
He's
restaurant to beat
like,
him up? Right?
no. Martin's asking
Yeah,
what the fuck did Alexander do to Boris to like earn this?
I gotcha. Well, Boris, the rumors were working really well. Boris was given a fact by Nadia, his wife. Nadia's married, by the way. Then
Boris?
decided to confront. Yeah, to Boris.
Ugh, okay.
And Boris didn't like that, so he went off to talk to Alexander. Apparently, he said some things that Alexander wasn't happy about, mainly about me, and punched him. And Boris didn't like that, so Boris does what Boris always does.
Doesn't surprise me. Remember, short fuse Alexander. God.
We were hoping the apology would keep Boris's ego in check, but
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
know,
God.
I know. I was hoping because no one saw that it would be enough, but
Listen,
I-
I don't
look-
know. Listen, Alexander has only survived in my line of work because he's absurdly lucky. Like, it seems the luck has run out. At this.
well, at the very least, it's one plate falling down, but it's not the worst thing. We both know the Coven's is the worst option, or their reaction would be.
Well, I will handle Boris's wounds. Yeah, let's just leave it
Okay.
at that. So you have plausible deniability in case they ask you things.
Okay, I would say not to get hurt and don't do anything rash, but knowing you, Marty, that's a done deal already. So.
Unlike Alexander, I'm not bound by Bible. It's I can't kill people and I don't feel bad about it.
I would say not to kill Boris, but I understand. I don't know how bad this is going to get, Martin. I was trying to convince him to leave, but he seems, well, he doesn't want to do that, and I'm a bit at loss of what to do.
Listen. Alexander's the good guy. This seems like a problem. I'm also helping you. I have all the reasons to stay here, and I'm not gonna say I'm gonna fix things, but at least I'm gonna make sure that if the forest burns down for everyone, right?
Yes, I'd rather not have the Coven get hurt because of my mistake.
Oh, Coven again.
Look, Martin, I know you did. It's not your favorite thing, okay? But
And my favorite thing, they're all sons of bitches.
I don't want to fight with you about this.
You know
Just
they're
hold
like
off.
partially responsible for Alexander there, right? That I listen. It's been a few years, and I've learned a couple of things too. Turns out, magic can really mess up people. And
That's understandable.
most sorcerers I've met were not the fun kind. I'm not seeing that many people use magic to do good. In fact, I haven't seen anyone use magic to do good. Everyone is using it to cover their own asses, get more rich, more powerful, more influential. Whatever the fuck they want.
That may be the case, but that doesn't mean I want to see anyone get hurt because of this. And honestly, I feel like I'm feeding a fire I'm trying to put out. I don't really
Just-
know what to do.
Just help me deal with this, and then just leave. We just leave everything behind.
Martin, our whole family's here. Mom and Dad are here. Our family's lived in this place for generations. You can't just leave.
I mean, I did. I'm fine. Nothing bad happened.
I'm not as strong as you, Martin. We both know that.
like sigh and nod and just gonna give you a hug.
Yeah,
we'll
she-
figure something out.
If you don't have a place to stay while you're in the village, the room's still available. I'll give you the keys to the place if you need to hang out there, but only if you want to, of course.
I'm gonna chuckle and nod and say, I bet that one is getting quite small right now.
I tried to keep most of your stuff that mom and dad didn't get rid of. I kept them in some boxes, so not everything's gone.
Actual time capsule. Um, how? Wait a minute.
Mhm.
Are you here because you feel guilty about this whole thing?
Well, I did put him in a situation where he has to either one, apparently date me or lose everything. So I kind of messed up his life a little bit here.
You like fucking?
Oh, Martin, I just said we haven't done that. We haven't done anything. I was
mean,
trying
you-
to create an opening for him to.
I mean, you
What,
say
Martin?
that, but like,
Oh my God!
I just want to listen. I know there's many priests in the church that like don't respect. Most of them, in fact, don't respect the rules. Like,
Deacon Alexander seems to respect the rules, okay? And I was trying to create an opening for him to leave. Listen, well, that was before I knew apparently he had other things going on. Regardless,
yeah, I'm sure there's in the rules that say you should like decapitate demons. Yeah, that's page 55.
Listen. Okay, smarty pants. Regardless, this is bulldozing his life, okay? I was trying to make it a way so the coven doesn't put him under the love spell and he doesn't lose his free will. Maybe give him an opening so he can get the hell out of here without too much trouble. That's the least I can do for him, okay? I don't think anyone deserves to be trapped in a marriage they don't want.
I love spell putting him and you. That's kind of hilarious if I think about it.
Well, whether it's or not, it was what was going to happen. If not me, somebody else. I was trying to avoid that
Even
problem.
work on him?
I don't know. Apparently he has sight and other things. I don't know if it would work. And if it didn't work, the coven would take drastic measures, as they always do.
Right. No, I mean like he's super dense. So I'm thinking would that even work on him? It's like one of the densest motherfuckers I've seen around.
Well, your dense motherfucker is in danger. Whether his, I don't know, social life
Because
or
he's
life
dense.
itself.
Who goes up to the mob boss they just punched and said, "Sorry, man," and then like, listen,
I am trying to dissuade him, but it's not really working.
no, because see, thick skull protects you from powerful blows, but sometimes also wise words.
Yeah. And regardless, like I said, I'm trying to give him an out, but he seems too stubborn to leave, and I don't want anyone else to be enslaved. So here we are.
My dear sister, this
Mm.
man's first job as a hunter was decapitate a demon that was fucking his senior.
You don't need to tell me, Martin, okay? I saw him go up to a giant werewolf man and a spirit with a sword and nothing else. I'm fully aware there's some screws loose in this helmet, okay?
Yeah, some people listen. There's multiple types of hunters. There's people who are smart, tactical, resourceful, and like they plan, they maneuver, they use the battlefield against the foes. But like me, are just like kind of good at everything.
Mhm.
And there's
course.
people like Alexander who are just lucky and dumb, but can take a punch. So
Well, at the very least, I'm not too sure how long this charade can last.
well,
Done a good job, but leaks keep appearing anyway.
I have about 100 bullets with it, so I I can like make them count.
Please don't kill anyone in the coven if you can avoid it at all costs. I'd really rather not have that confrontation happen.
Well, I mean, yeah, but listen. Just listen. You still don't go out there to collect herbs yet, so. Forests, people. Well, accidents happen in the forest. What can I say?
I feel like a bad person because I'm not even fighting you in this part.
Listen, I'm just saying. Snipe around with the heads, like, oh, that's down we go.
I was gonna hex him.
Listen, mundane problems require mundane solutions, but I mean, you can
Okay.
still do that though.
I thinks about Alexander in the hospital. It's like nods, the more determined looked.
Listen, you
nothing
handle
else?
the
Aunt
supernatural
Milena's?
angle. I'll handle the mortal angle. Cover our bases, and maybe we can drag Alexander out of it alive.
Hopefully so. Feel like I have to apologize to him sometimes, though.
Listen, could be worse.
You know, they say when people say that, usually the worst thing happens.
True, but I'm like failing. Like, how bad could it get?
I don't want to imagine.
Fine. I'm gonna go set up. You know what? You can have the chance to explain to him about me, and the two of you talk, sort of see how you can match the stories. I'm gonna go.
He raises an eyebrow, looking concerned, but wishes him be careful,
Listen,
good luck.
your
And
brother was never good with like social confrontations. He's like, I don't want to explain to this man how I've lied to him for like a few years. Can I just?
yeah, Lou would probably once he leaves. I'm gonna assume it's alright. I'm gonna say this now, just because I won't be here next time. That she does give him keys to the house. I assume she has more than one. So is it? She's just if he wants that option. But yeah, she's gonna go back to Alexander.
I feel like we have a lot to talk about.
My brother is giving me permission to apparently help explain any confusion. That's gonna be his downfall if he wants it to be. But yeah, apparently we have some things to talk about. One thing before we do that is I never gotten a chance to do this, and I don't know when I'll get the next opportunity. But I wanted to apologize
For what?
for I don't know, getting you involved with this, derailing your everything. Maybe if I had not gone to the church that day, I don't think you would be here.
Listen, sometimes things just happen, and I don't think anyone can be blamed for how this fall. I don't think you would have known that an angry spirit will have been, well. The thing you should apologize for is the peeking out the window. That was
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were serious, and it's kind of alarming when a man says, "I got this," and goes outside with a sword to confront what you normally believe he should be able to see. So I kind of thought you were just a normal guy, but I go chat with some
which is
stand.
why
so-
I'm not upset, because you were clearly concerned for my well-being, and it came from a good place in your heart, and it happens. It's the thought that counts.
Well, regardless, I really didn't want you to be enslaved. I don't want to trap you in some type of, situation like this. And I promise you I'm going to find a way to get you out of here.
As long as I don't lose myself, I'm fine.
She nods before taking a seat. So, what do you know about Marty or Vidan, apparently?
Yeah, he's gonna regale you some fucking wild tales.
He
Apparently,
has a very
yeah, apparently your brother has built up a reputation around the capital of being very potent hunter that sort of specializes in, well, combat, of course, but has a lot of knowledge on alchemy and sort of has a lot of theoretical knowledge on magic and is weirdly enough specializing against dealing with a lot of fucking sorcerers and
mm,
demons who employ sort of underhanded tactics, that sort of thing.
I think
Fae, like demons, fae, and sorcerers seems to be like his biggest scores.
gotcha. Brother's a hunter-ish now. Not sure how mom and dad would feel about that, but she's more glad that he's alive than anything else right now.
Yeah, well, listen, it seems like Alexander like worked with him on a couple of things, and then they sort of got along very well.
Yeah, she's gonna tell embarrassing stories about him.
Well, Svetlana, have you made a decision about the corn cockle?
Listen, the corncock, we'll lay it off for later, but I do have for something else. I still have a bit of clover still left over.
Yeah. You can always roll that plant effect.
Listen, how about listen, Lou? We're not gonna do it to you, but maybe,
I
but
appreciate
maybe someone else needs some luck. How about Alexander, the good deacon? The corncock will be laid off for later. My last clove from Kashima Industries.
Steam Industries.
My rather surprisingly big bundle I had.
The infinite
impressive.
clover, the infinite clover glitch.
It's surprisingly big, but I didn't know I have more clover here. Weird.
Just keep finding it under the bed. Yeah, you should do.
Yeah, and I want to help him basically wish him to help him deal with
Whatever situation. You don't know the horrors, but you know he's in trouble.
no Sophus issues with because it's not gonna be good for him. She was a bit bad, and apparently listen. The Kushim blessing is back. I'm back on the path of Kushim. Look, success is back. Let's ignore the first option here. The second or third, what's funnier? I think second is like the most reliable. I think third. Yeah.
Magic does seek balance. Magic does seek balance.
There you go, Chris. I did my job. I find that a bundle of clover.
I didn't do it to see you this time. Just indirectly, I'm helping. I promise you.
Listen, I need to do something. She feels bad.
But Lana, just tell me the next time you decide to do it or don't do it at all. Gotcha. I'm gonna do it, but it's not on you.
You perform the ritual as you try and sort of weave the threads of fate to empower. Not Sienna this time, not help, but in Alexander. As the plants, as you perform the ritual, the fucking sigils start burning as there's like a... Where would you have performed this?
in a hidden hidey hole in the forest, so nobody knows.
Yeah, so as you're like, yeah, you're in the forest, the fucking sigils erupt in flames as they smoke out. There's also a small, like, explosion as just kind of like flings you backward. As there's like a heavy ringing in your ears. It's like scorch marks everywhere.
So any active fire?
No, no. It's just that the ground and the area was slightly scorched. The fire like immediately fucking snuffed itself out. But you've never seen this sort of action, even on failed rituals. Usually just fizzles out, or like something bad happens. Like there's no there. You've never seen a ritual that like actually fucking explodes in your face.
First, I will get away from the situation to make sure. I will tactically evac in case someone hurt.
Yeah. I mean, you were pretty far into the forest as you.
Okay, fair. Okay, so there's no fear of that, but
Oh no, the microphone again.
I mean, it's not that bad, Grunt. It's not that bad. I can still understand you.
Happens a little bit, so you gotta make sure to pay attention when you're talking.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
But yeah, no. You can make your way out of the forest easy enough.
Yeah, what the fuck happened here, bro?
Just single. Hopefully it's better now. But yeah, you just make your way back to the village. Not sure if you wanna talk to anyone about this or just.
Anya will kill me if I talk to her about this, and I mentioned the explosion.
But
Probably usually I have my.
listen. Raya though is right there, your partner in crime. The problem is, I'm not sure this is. See, the problem is like, how bad do you think this is? Because you can give me a hearth roll.
The problem is Roxana never taught her the fucking facts, so she's all doing this on fucking.
Yeah, give me a hearth roll.
Yeah. Roxana, if only you taught me,
Keep leaving the
I
house.
wouldn't have to experiment.
It's your fault, mother.
Oh my god, it's a 10!
Yeah, well, listen. Question never taught you. You never needed. You realize it's not that the spell fizzled. Like, the spell clearly failed. But it's not that it fizzled out or you performed it incorrectly. I think you've been like actively countered by something. And this is horrible because you realize, wait a minute. If the Coven does a love spell and it fucking blows in their faces, they're gonna react quite poorly at this.
Oh my god, I need to tell Anya. No, Raya is Anya. I speak to the good witch. Oh fuck, Raya.
Well,
Or
if you tell Anya, Anya's just gonna tell your mother though.
Yeah, no, okay, we can't have that happen. Fuck.
And if
Fuck
you tell,
shit.
I was gonna say, if you tell Anya, she's gonna tell your mother. If you tell Raya, she's gonna say, cool, let's do some more experiments. I feel like you should inform the most affected person, which would be Luciana.
Yeah, that's priority number one, yeah. And so if Luciana is somebody, I'll call you for a call.
I have a cell phone, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have cell phones, yeah.
Yeah, I should probably take the call a bit outside the room because usually it's rude.
Hey,
What's on?
hey, so, I did a little experiment. And I felt really bad, and I wanted to help out Alexander.
Svetlana. What did you do?
Nothing actually. Well, I did do something, but nothing resulted out of it. But I think Alexander might be actually blessed by God or something. I have no fucking idea.
What?
You see, I tried to do a little ritual. Give him a bit of luck because I think I know my luck manifests in a good way, and I think the rituals, even if it fails, that they do nothing. So I thought I would be able to help the situation. The problem is, I was meant to. The ritual exploded, and I managed to talk to Nadia and the others on occasion, and I remembered that shit only happens when someone is counter. Usually only happens when a ritual hits a ward of some kind.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so you see, the problem is, we need to. I think you need to sell the lie better because the Coven does a lost spell on this guy. Now I will shut the fuck up about it and tell nobody else. But I'm not sure if you care about him. But if they do it and they find out that this guy is immune against magic.
Okay. Thank you for telling me, Svetlana, and thank you for also knowing not to tell anyone, not a soul. Okay.
No problem. It's the least I could do. Listen. At least the luck spell, I guess, helped in an indirect way. But yeah, no, you gotta make sure the Coven does. I have some ideas on lies we can feel because I think I already fed my mother some lies. My luck spells actually helped. Right, I've helped you out indirectly. And I honestly think, with the whole discussion with Boris and him defending your honor, I think the Coven will be easily convinced to not do a love spell. But it is kind of fucked.
Okay. Thank you, Svetlana. I owe you a lot, and I'll figure something out. Let me know if anything else pops in. Right now, actually, the deacon's in the hospital. Boris didn't take too kindly to their last conversation and decided to teach him a
God, what
lesson.
happened?
They decided to beat him up, run his car over to a ravine, and threatened him. And well, they at least took him to a hospital, I guess. But yeah, Boris is not happy, and I don't know if he plans to cause more problems, but I'll deal with it.
Holy fucking shit.
So, things are a bit crazy now. I'm not sure how long he'll be here, but I'm in the hospital with him. I'll probably make it home tomorrow. If anyone in the Coven asks, you can, I guess, let them know. I don't know what else, if that's a bad idea or not right now.
I will speak to nobody. I think that's the wisest choice. Usually I speak to Rhea about it. From Rhea is also a bit of a scientist like myself. And my sister will tell Mom about this, which will lead to spreading out. So right now, we keep this between us. If you need help with Boris, I'm listen. I still owe you this normally. No, yeah. So if you need help, just call me. But yeah, for now.
Thank you, at the very least, and take care of yourself, Svetlana. Don't get yourself in too much trouble over there.
Nope, I've learned apparently your boy's actually a fucking divine warrior or something. I don't know. God's blessing. I don't, or someone else would have warned him. I guess I'm not sure if God's real for fucking.
But talk to you later.
Yeah.
He's gonna turn back around and go in that, and
Yeah.
I don't know how much if I can roll. I assume I can make an assumption on my part, but how much would Lou be aware about putting? Because there's also like putting wards in yourself, a ward against evil that exists. But would she be aware of there's more that can be in place that explain what the hell he has?
Listen,
or just
listen. There's always more like room. There's a big unknown. Magic is not an exact science.
It's not just like fucking theorized. Remember, she has zero heart. So that was all just.
Yeah, I didn't know if my heart would give me more. Essentially, is what I was asking. But she would go back in that room, and like I'm not sure if Alexander's awake or not. But if he is, she's gonna talk to him basically. Yeah. Walks in, closes the door, looks at him, like stops at the bed, and like really looks at him. She can't probably sense anything like that, but she's just trying to see if she can even see if she just looks hard enough.
What are you trying to sense?
She knows that she's like the trying to look to see if she senses anything, but she knows she can't do that. She's just like, hey, if I just look hard enough, maybe I'll see it.
You can give me a heart roll.
Oh,
Let's see if you. Cause listen. And magical that's a partial. No, that's the perfect result. That's the perfect, because heart is also understanding this, but also when you have to communicate with certain supernatural creatures.
what?
And listen. Like, maybe try and focus, try and think for a moment. You realize time has slowed down. Light is sort of, there's like weird shifts, colors around you. As you ground in, well, you see a familiar figure sort of staring at you from one of the corners. Well,
What?
you look like you've seen a ghost.
Okay. Let me gather myself for a second here. Is it him or is it just me making assumptions here? Grunt, tell me to reassure.
I posted, I forwarded.
It's a chat.
God, I didn't even look at it.
It is the big
Okay.
man.
Hell spirit, hello.
Call me
I don't know what to. I don't really know what to call you.
Lucifer.
I see. Yet. Very well, Lucifer. Hello? Are you the one warding Alexander?
In a manner of speaking.
Is he aware of that in any way? I assume not,
No.
but
He is not what you would call smart.
I have been hearing that a lot lately. Is it alright to ask why exactly you are warding him?
Long story, and I'm not here for that.
What are you here for then?
Curiosity.
And what could bring something like you here for curiosity's sake?
Well, I keep an eye on Alexander over there, but a witch praying in a church? No. It's kind of funny.
It is a bit amusing. But I think when anyone sees the end of their life in the paws of a beast, prayer is the first thing on their mind, usually.
Yeah, which is why humanity is doomed if they keep this up. Because
We
you
did not.
prayed, but when push came to shove, it was you who cast the spell. It was you who leveled the church. It was you who pushed the beast away.
Well, it's not magic I've normally had a handle on, I'll say.
Yeah, that's because you are weak.
I am.
Strong. The power still flows through you. You should learn how
I
to
saw
use
that
it.
today. Nothing is given for free, especially.
Not giving
Well,
you
not-
anything. This is all coming from you, just like I'm not protecting Alexander. Everything is coming from himself. I am merely trying to, I guess, encourage you.
Why? I'm sorry, but I don't understand what you gain from this.
I want to see people succeed. I want to see people become stronger, more confident. Um, Witch covens, well, they're not my favorite kind of people. Siphoning energy from the earth, from spirits, from one another, enslaving people, pulling strings, manipulating others. Not my favorite kind of people.
Maybe that is the case, but it isn't like, at least for me, a covenant is, well, small people trying to survive in a world where everyone else has the bigger gun. From what I'm learning,
It's also true.
I'm not.
Which is why instead of cowering, you should grow stronger. Make sure you have the gun.
To be honest with you, Lucifer, I think the goal for most people is to live in a world where you don't have to have the big gun. But I'm
That's
not
an
sure if you.
illusion. False hope and a gullible dream.
Are you really Lucifer of the Catholic faith, Lucifer?
That's an actual question.
I think I already know the answer, but I'd rather you say it so I can have a confirmation.
You'll never meet anyone else like me. I would also recommend, for your own safety, you keep our talks to yourself.
So what? I don't tell him that he's being warded by, I guess, the angel of his fallen.
Oh, you are. I see. I see why you gather. You're about as dense as he is.
Why keep the illusion? Why not tell him? Why
Tell
keep him in the
him what?
dark about your ward? Because she was going to tell him about being warded
I
by
am not
Lucifer.
warding him. Stupid human.
How is it that a spell can't be used on him? Because I'm kind of figure that out. That's the main thing I did this in the first place. Is it him, or if
It is
if
him.
it's not you, then? Thank you.
The only reason I'm connected to him is a pact that was made a long, long time ago.
Well, are you just watching for curiosity's sake, then, or?
Yes.
Well, thank you for being honest with me. I would hope.
I don't lie. I have no reason to.
She just nods, trying not to be impolite to something she doesn't really fully understand.
I would have hoped that. Well, I will hope that in the future you won't take this beating lying down.
Which beating? I have a lot of fights I'm dealing with right now.
The human criminals, their clubs and axes, and your frail witches, their spells and charms. Or that
No.
rather vengeful spirit that seems to, well, be another spineless coward in this world.
Well, your concern is touching, at the very least, but I don't plan to just lay down and let things go as they are. If
Good.
that's what you're implying.
Then go out there and fight back. No more slowly navigating this, walking on eggshells attitude. No more pathetic whimpering. Action. Strong, decisive.
I don't want to fight my coven, if that's what you're hoping for. I'm going to say that now. I don't want to harm them. I know it may seem silly and foolish for you, but
What will you do once they force the matter to?
I'm going to trick them. Not the strongest thing, I know. But what you're asking me for is to what? Kill them?
No. I'm asking you to do whatever it takes to win. I'm just doubting your trickery. Strength can take many forms. Not always punching people. It's just that, maybe I misjudged you. Who knows? I will
He
just
just
be
nods.
disappointed if this one dies.
He's not going to die. I'm not going to let him.
Yeah, about that. See if human emotions are what some claim to be. I can't send someone to help you.
I don't know if I would want help from you, at the very least. It doesn't
Oh
sound like
no.
our deals align.
Well, let's just say there are still some good Samaritans out there, as pathetic as they seem sometimes.
And this is all in the name of your amusement, then?
No, it's in the name of, well, he's like sort of grimaces when he says that. Well, I was told that when people care for one another, they become exponentially stronger. So I'm curious to see if that's the case here.
Uh,
Love is
at
a
least from what
powerful emotion.
it can also push you to do things that you never thought you were possible when people you care about are in trouble.
Yeah, that doesn't seem bad to me. Just that up until this point, I only see love destroying families and making people weak. So, well, I guess you're one of the first experiments to see if things have changed.
Very well. And what would this help be exactly? Who would this person be?
Are you already accepting the help? Kind of
I'm
weak-minded.
not, I'm not arrogant enough not to say no to some assistance. Look at all your weapons and all that, isn't it? What it's called?
This isn't your weapon. Someone else's weapon. Someone else's effort and hard work. I'm saying that if you get to the point where you feel like you are sinking and can't, well, swim back up to the surface, you may rely on outside help. But, well, then you would have just proven my point. Love
Very
doesn't
well,
make
then.
people stronger, it makes them weaker.
You have a very strange and arbitrary way of looking at love, but the fact that you're even looking is strange in itself, I guess.
Why? Think I don't understand emotions?
It seems you have a mindset that looks at other emotions that's lesser. The fact that you're even considering love as something to be considered is what I'm concerned about, I guess.
I understand the full range of emotions. Just our priorities are not aligned. I care about strength most, and whatever means someone can become stronger are good in my opinion. Rest of them, morality, ethics, everything else is
It's,
irrelevant.
I will say, for most creatures outside yourself, no one can build strength alone. No one man is an island. It's probably one of the things that how we got here today.
But I believe that you can only be as strong as your weakest link. And that theory hasn't been necessarily disproven right now. It's more of a ongoing debate. I am I'm surprised by modern humans. They're much more in touch with their emotional side. But what they have gained in insight, they seem to have lost in raw power. I don't know if that's a good thing right now or a bad thing. Hard to tell once you live in a cage what the wild will make you do. You've lived as a dog your entire life. Don't know if you'll survive with the wolf.
She kind of nods distractedly as she uh, I'm gonna ask a weird question, so please don't get upset. Uh, but has there ever been a moment in time in your life, whatever existence you have, where you ever been weak?
Yes.
More than once?
Like everyone else, I improve myself each defeat. Each failure is another lesson you take into heart. You grow from it. You overcome it. You adapt. Become smarter, stronger, flexible.
And when you're a human and you hit those barriers that even humans can't cross, you start to look at other people to try to get that. Whether deals or magic, selling your soul. You just find different avenues.
Different methods don't set me, as long as the goal stays the same. It's just that I've seen it more than once when others just rely on those stronger than them, those more capable, those wiser. You don't become stronger. In fact, they tend to mellow out. They tend to. Somebody else will fix my problems. They become dumber, weaker, and inevitably a burden.
I guess that could be true, but I'm gonna be honest. Spending your life fighting to be strong for the sake of strength alone is exhausting.
For the strength. That's not for that.
Mhm.
It's merely the fact that you do not understand what is out there. You fight so
Right?
you're strong so that you can live in peace. Peace is not a guarantee. Peace is earned every day.
So do you ever get a moment to even enjoy the peace you keep fighting for? If every day you have to keep fighting for it, is there a moment for a life outside of it? Love, family, Moment to sit in the sun.
Yes. Those moments have to be backed by the strength to defend them. Not have modern weapons, arsenals of destruction. Do not have moments of peace now, even amongst the strife.
I think the people who are the most vulnerable in those situations would rather not have that happen. But I don't think you seem to care for them.
Those all are everyone is allowed to be vulnerable. What I don't tolerate is the complacency to remain like that. There's a lot of that going.
I guess we're too different, and because of that, being powerful and having the power to take anyone out, I guess for somebody, but I never thought my life would be outside this village. I didn't have a problem with that. I guess that makes me one of those vulnerable people who
Yes,
deserve to die, I guess, in your eyes.
I don't think you deserve to die. I think don't learn from this. You don't grow strong from this if you choose comfort over hardship. Give up on your goals because they seem too difficult to achieve. You lack the ambition to want something better. You fall into the pit of complacency. You will die. You will be miserable. I will not feel sorry for you. In fact, probably justified.
I guess for me, I think I would be happiest just sitting amongst my garden. I don't, it was a simple goal, simple wants.
Fortunately, outside your garden, there are those who want to take it away from you. While you may sit in your garden and tend to your flowers, you have to be able to defend those flowers once those outside want to take them. Either you do that or somebody else does. Or you, well, don't make it.
Horrible world, that sounds like.
There's a horrible world out there. The reason you don't know how horrible it is because there are currently other people fighting for you.
And that's bad.
Yes, because other than the fact that means if you are a burden to them, they will extract whatever resources they can from you. But more importantly, what do you do once those people will inevitably fail? Are you just going to rely or just hope that they never fail, that they will always succeed? Are you going to trust your life into the hands of another? Because if so, then, well, maybe you don't deserve that life in the first place.
I don't know. Some people fight so their loved ones never will have to touch a blade in their entire lives. Sometimes a man becomes a warrior so his son can be a poet. Not everyone wants their loved ones to have to face the horrors of war, and not everyone wants the people they protect to also worry about being hurt. Sometimes people want to fight for others so they may have a better future than the ones they're living now.
Maybe. But how long until the poets live and the warriors die? And then, well, poets have to fight and then don't know how. Ill-prepared children will inevitably suffer because of their parents' well, hopes and dreams.
That's what most lives are built on. Hopes and dreams.
That's why most lives fail. Because they stay like that.
I think we will never come to agreement on this one.
Maybe not. I don't care either way. I'm
He
merely
nods as well.
curious to see. Do you want the help? Will you pick up the blade? Defend your own home. Defend those you care about.
I will be honest. I'd rather not become further indebted with you. I think I will try this on
Yes.
my own.
It wouldn't even be me who you. There are those out there who would gladly throw their lives away for nothing in return. That's why I think they are strong, but their strength will inevitably run out. More people they have to carry on their back.
We really do have a different definition of what strength looks like. Sometimes when even the strong can break, and then you help raise them up. It's called having family, people who love you, people who, even when you falter, will be able to catch your back too. And not everyone needs to kill for that.
The only people who can lift up the strong when they falter are other strong people.
You've never. It doesn't matter. I don't think it's going to really change your thought process here.
There's a funny way that humans understand the concept of strength. Always found it fascinating. Or rather, your complete misunderstanding of it.
She just shakes her head, knowing that there's nothing she can really say that's going to really change his mind, and not sure if she really wants to at this moment in time.
Yeah.
I won't tell Alexander about you. I'll let him know about, I guess, the ward. But thank you, regardless. Our philosophical differences.
I wish you good luck. As time sort of kind of speeds back up. As the room sort of turns back to normal. That note, also be ending the session.